People will tell you that your 20s will be the best time of your life. They tell you how important this period is and how you don't want to be wasting your time. And this creates so much pressure. Because how are you experiencing your 20s? There's a lot of uncertainty. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you want. Maybe you feel lost. And what's even worse is that you are aware of these feelings and these questions, which creates the feeling of, I'm behind in life, or maybe there's something wrong with me. And this is why I want to make this video, to share 5 things with you that will make your 20s easier and maybe even a bit more peaceful. And the first thing that I want to share with you is there is no right decision. I see a lot of my clients freeze when they're talking about decisions because they're looking for the right decision. And maybe this is similar for you, where you have beautiful options in front of you. Maybe there's this job opportunity that you have. Maybe there's a business idea that you want to start, or you want to go traveling. But then the question comes into your mind as in, what if I don't make the right decision? And the fact that there's a right decision also means that there's a wrong decision. And the wrong decision, the fact that you're able to make a wrong decision, that is what creates fear inside of you. That is what stifles you. Now, it's one way to process life on the spectrum of right and wrong. But what if right and wrong don't exist? And I really want you to feel into this. What if right and wrong don't exist? Because it's all made up in our mind. The concept of something is right and something is wrong. Who decides what's right? Who is deciding what's wrong? Often this perspective is influenced by the people around us, by family, school, social media. They shove into your face what's right and what's wrong. But you can't know what's right and wrong. Even if a decision seems wrong in the moment, maybe you experience a few years later that this was the best decision you could have ever made in your life. So you don't know. You have no idea what's right and wrong. And what does it feel like if you can't make a wrong decision? What if all the decisions that you make are perfect? If we remove the whole spectrum of right and wrong, for me, what I believe what's left is only the thing that you want. If you feel you want to start your business, you start your business. If you want to travel, you travel. If you want to create content, you create content. It will create so much more ease and peace if we remove these right and wrong thinking. So this is the first one that I wanted to share with you. Second one is allow yourself to explore. And this is not only for your 20s, it is for all stages in life. Because we're all here on this earth figuring it out. Most of us have no idea what we're doing here. And the thing is, when we're going through different phases of life, we find different things important. We have different values. So it's all an exploration. Because you don't know yet. And if you make a decision, it doesn't mean you have to commit to this your whole life. Because that's often what creates a lot of pressure for people, is that they think if they go a certain direction, that this is it. They're stuck in this forever. But this is not the case. And especially not in your 20s. Because start to process life more from a frame of curiosity. This thinking of, I have to commit to this my whole life, is coming from a place of fear. And if you start looking through the lens of curiosity, what will you see differently in your 20s? How will you look differently at life? Because it becomes so much more fun to explore the full range of what life has to offer. And in this exploration, you will find yourself. You will feel what you like, you will feel what you don't like, and you come closer and closer to who you are. and what you want to create in life. And I think that's the purpose, to figure it out along the way. So don't create the pressure for yourself that you have to commit to something your whole life. Allow yourself to explore. And there is one small nuance here that I want to mention. If you see yourself jumping from project to project to project because you're afraid to commit, or because you stop when things get difficult or hard or challenging, that's a different story. Right now, what I'm referring to is the internal pressure that's created inside of you when you think that when you go a certain direction that you have to commit to this your whole life. So that's the second thing that I wanted to share with you. The third thing that will make your 20s a whole lot easier is stop looking for certainty. And this has a similar effect as the right decisions that I described earlier in the first point. When you're looking for certainty, you're actually creating from a place of fear and of scarcity. And your judgment will be slightly off and slightly limited when you're only looking for certainty. The funny thing about life is that life is uncertain. Nothing is certain in life. So looking for uncertainty is actually impossible, because also this is just made up. You're never completely certain about something, and there's never full certainty in your life. So instead of looking for certainty, start looking for something that excites you. Start looking for something that lights you up. Because the trap that you can fall into when you're looking for certainty is that you go for a certain path that is already created for you, that your parents tell you to go through, that maybe school laid out for you, like this is the path and the journey you should be taking. But is this truly yours? I believe, especially if you're watching this video, that there is something different inside of you. You feel that you don't completely fit in with the people around you or with the systems that are created for you. So if you're following certainty and you go into these systems, yes, maybe you have some certainty, but you will be unfulfilled. You will be living a life that's not true to yourself, but you'll be living a life for others, that others created for you, that others told you that's the right thing to do. And that's why I referenced the thing of what excites you, what lights you up, and follow this excitement, because this excitement tells you more about you. And if we're talking about a right decision, I believe if we're talking in right and wrong, a right decision is something that aligns with you, that is important to you. That's why when I refer to when there is no right and wrong, there's only what you want, which also aligns with what I'm talking about here. So don't look for certainty, look for something that excites you. Because in following that feeling and in that journey, you will find out so much about yourself. And that's worth it. Because that's why you're here on this earth, to experience life to the fullest, to experience yourself to the fullest on this whole exploration. So in short, that's the fourth thing, or the third thing that I wanted to share with you. Fourth thing is, when you feel lost, look for the answers inside of you. And this one is challenging. So I believe also as a coach that you already have all the answers you need inside of you. And now this is easier said than done, because it's hard to access these answers. When you're in a place where you don't know and when you feel lost, what quickly starts happening is that you start looking outward for answers. You start reading books, you start consuming content, you start maybe listening to family or to your teachers, to your boss, to your colleagues. You're starting to look for answers. But these are usually not the answers that you truly need. and that are truly yours. And especially if you look at social media, the things that go viral don't always have to align with you and your truth. So if you feel uncertain, if you feel lost, don't look for the answers outside of you. Because especially in your 20s, you are you're not, of course you are conditioned, but you're not that conditioned yet. You're not so stuck in your ways yet. So there's a lot of flexibility to mold and create yourself. But this is also where you are very open to the influences of outside. And I believe it's so important to create stillness, to really feel what's yours, what's truly yours. To maybe find a community or to find people that you can explore these feelings openly with, that won't be giving you advice, but that create a space for you to explore what's true for you. And this could be a coach, but sometimes this could also be a community or a friend. And that's where you find these real answers, because otherwise, this is also, you see how all these points are related to each other. This is you looking for certainty, and you're looking outside of you for someone else to give you that certainty. But the certainty is inside of you. And the fifth thing that I want to share with you is there's nothing wrong with the things that you're feeling. And this is a mistake that I've made so much in my life. And if I look back on my teenage years and also my beginning to mid-20s, is that I started to judge the feelings that I was experiencing. So when I felt depressed, when I felt sad, when I felt angry, when I felt lost, all of these feelings, yes, they are uncomfortable, but what made it worse was me thinking there was something wrong with me for having all these feelings. Because this will create this whole trap and prison that you start judging the feelings, and then you're in this cycle of constantly thinking there's something wrong with you. And when I was thinking like, okay, there's something wrong with me, and I started to compare myself with others, then I start feeling behind in life. Because you're supposed to be happy, right? You're supposed to know what you want to be doing in life. You're supposed to know your purpose. You're supposed to be successful. All creation of our minds. Now, these feelings of loss, for example, they are necessary. They are there for you for a reason. And this is also how I want to receive these feelings. Whenever I feel lost, I want to receive them. Because they're there for me, to show me something, to guide me into a certain direction. Sometimes you have to move a little bit more to the darkness to find the light. Sometimes you have to feel a little bit more lost to find the answers of what you truly want. Sometimes you're leaning a little bit more into the depressive feelings to find the reasons and the things that will make you truly fulfilled and happy. These things and these processes are normal to go through. They are necessary, I believe, to go through. So you don't want to be judging them. You don't want to be thinking that something is wrong. You don't want to be avoiding them. You want to feel them. You want to experience them. You want to work through them. Like, this is the only thing how you get through, like, is going through the emotion. This is how you dissolve them or recreate them or move to, let's say, an experience that you want to be having, is by going through the things that you're feeling, regardless of how uncomfortable they are. And like I said, the thing that helped me is to really see and feel that they're there for a reason. This will make me so much more powerful in ways that I maybe don't even understand yet. And this involves a lot of trust. So these are the 5 things that I wanted to share with you that will make your 20s a whole lot easier, because I believe it's all made up in our minds of how we're thinking that our 20s are supposed to be like. And all this pressure that we create is what depletes our energy, drains our energy. And that's the thing that makes it heavy, is that we're thinking that it's supposed to be like something. But let's remove this whole idea of it has to be like something. Let's just see it as it is. You're walking your unique way, your own path. And hopefully in this video you also connected with, and hopefully it inspired you to create and carve out your own unique path, the thing that excites you, the thing that you want. Because like I said, if we're talking about right and wrong, a right decision, I believe, is a decision that aligns with you, with what you truly want in life. Regardless of where it takes you. Like, you don't know yet. But there's a reason that you have this feeling. There's a reason why you have this calling. And follow it and explore it. Take it serious, but hold it loosely. And that will make life so much more fun. So I hope that this was helpful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me. Like and subscribe this video. It will help out a lot, and I will see you in the next one.